Get the Friendo Club set up today and get access to over 700 Going in Raw bonus episodes, our monthly Big Blue predictions challenges, and the ability to ask questions at Going in Raw. We also offer the Steven Larson comic book and exclusive Friendo Club t-shirt. Just hit join here at youtube.com/Steven Larson or go to patreon.com/Steven Larson to sign up. Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
Welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. On today's episode, surprising outcome, main event, Monday Night Raw on the road to WrestleMania. We have a new WWE Women's Champion in Io Sky.
It's pretty darn surprising.
That was pretty darn surprising. We were both sort of thinking it was going to be a wonk finish, Larson. So I think you and I kind of understand, or at least we think we know where this is going. Why don't you go ahead and let the people know?
There's one of two routes they could go with this. This could be what happened on Raw last night between Rhea and Bianca. Could be the inciting incident that leads to their one-on-one bout at WrestleMania 42. And they take the time to tell that story over the course of the next year, build it up, and have it be one of the main events as it should be.
Yeah.
Or they use the nature of Rhea's loss to motivate a triple threat and have that be the Mania match and still probably use that as a way to build to the one-on-one singles bout at Mania next year.
Who comes out of WrestleMania as champion?
I mean, if it's one-on-one, it's going to be Bianca. She's got the winning streak.
If it's a triple threat, that still counts towards a streak.
It does, yeah. It would still probably be Bianca then, yeah.
I think it's Bianca regardless. I think that the one-on-one, the big question heading into WrestleMania between Rhea and Bianca, when reports were they wanted to go with Bianca, that played out. Elimination Chamber. Is this too soon? Are they fast-tracking this? Why are they doing this so quickly now? That aspect of the women's division with Bianca, Naomi, Jade, et cetera, even sort of extends out to Liv to a degree. And Io looks to have some intriguing pieces if you want to put a lot of creative energy into it and kind of overbook that stuff, which they've kind of done at this point, adding Io to the mix as champion. I think you and I both understand Rhea is going to get into this match somehow.
Seems likely.
Whether she's going to invoke a rematch clause, and it kind of echoes to a degree. Triple H likes to get himself into these. In the past, we've seen this, I think, twice with Benoit and HBK. That ended up being a triple threat. Mm-hmm. And then, Triple H, Cena, and Orton ended up being a triple threat as well. And so this is sort of out of his playbook. And with Rhea, I see, I guess, one of two ways she can get there. I mean, number one, she could try to invoke a rematch clause, or she could simply bully Adam Pearce into making a new number one. I don't know. I guess you could do a thing where Rhea bullies Pearce into setting up a match with her and Bianca, and if she beats Bianca straight up, that gets her into a WrestleMania, into the triple threat.
I mean, I don't even know if you necessarily need to have. Well, here's the thing, though. I don't know if they'd want to have that one-on-one match if the plan is to do the same one-on-one match at WrestleMania in a year's time. They might want to save that particular one-on-one bout for a WrestleMania type.
On the other hand, let me just interject really quick. You do that one, Rhea wins, because at 42, Bianca, that streak is gonna be. I firmly believe if Bianca has a match at WrestleMania, she's gonna win. No matter what WrestleMania it's going to be, because she's going to have the new streak. I doubt they're going to have that broken.
Yeah, that could be. But I was going to say, based on the nature of Rhea's loss, she can just go to Pierce and say, well, if Bianca wasn't out there distracting me, I should have been thrown out because she pushed me. Should have been DQ, so on and so forth. I didn't lose fair and square, so put me in this WrestleMania match. I mean, I don't necessarily know if you need to have a match between Rhea and Bianca to set that up. I think if Rhea just really pressures Adam Pearce be like, fine, it's official,
They could do that. I mean, I think just from my personal standpoint, I'd prefer there be some sort of new barrier as opposed to her just saying, "Excuse me, good sir, I believe I was done wrong," and then he's
Well, I
like,
don't
"Okay,
think she'd come
cool.
in with that kind of
We can
kind
add
of
you to the
demeanor.
WrestleMania match." Well, regardless, I feel like there should be some amount of, hey, you got to win your way into this thing now because you're on
Yeah, I
the
don't
outs.
disagree. I don't
And
disagree.
and to be honest with you, any case Rhea can make is kind of negated by look at the tape. You were just staring at Bianca for the longest time. Did you really expect Io to just be dead weight the entire time? You were obsessed. And I know a lot of people have made, some about, and maybe they will invoke the whole shoving aspect of things when Bianca shoved Rhea
Yep.
and the referee, Jessica, said, no, this is a title match. And it's not like the physicality itself altered the trajectory of the match. It was basically a shove. And Rhea still had plenty of opportunity to go hit that riptide, but she was just staring at Bianca the whole time. So yes, they could say, okay, well, because Bianca did that, I just think it'd be a bit more intriguing if Rhea had to fight to get her way into the match.
For sure. I don't disagree. I think any way that Rhea finds herself in this match should be based on competition. I just don't know if they want to do Rhea Bianca on an episode of Raw, for example.
What's an alternative?
I could be wrong.
What's the difference? Because I don't disagree that do you do Rhea versus Bianca on an episode of Raw? Maybe not. I kind of agree with that. Is there an alternative where she has to fight to get into that match though?
I mean, I don't like this idea either, but Pierce says, all right, you get another match with Io. It's not for the title. If you beat Io, then you're in. I don't like that idea either.
Yeah, I don't like that one. Boy, that was a stunned crowd last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She hit that moonsault and she won, and they're like, what just, like, there was an explosion, and then they were like, is this going to stand? Like, this is happening? Yeah. Which is a great reaction. I love these kind of out of nowhere situations. And Io Sky, I think everybody recognizes, especially Io Sky is just absolutely special.
Oh, fantastic
and
wrestler.
I think that that's going to make the match better. And yeah, I think this is some good long-term booking for next year's WrestleMania. And I look forward to see it. So yeah, that was a pretty shocking outcome there for the end of
it was.
Last
it really was.
Raw.
And it was a really, really, really good match. And
it was a phenomenal match.
Rhea really selling. She's down there on the floor after the loss, beating herself up.
Did you watch the post-match promo thing?
No, I didn't see that.
It's really good. She put blame on herself. Said, I can't blame Bianca, can't blame Io. I'm mad and I'm disappointed in myself. It was really, really well acted. It was really well performed.
That's good. Good. I'll check that out. Elsewhere on Raw, we get a couple matches booked for next week's huge Raw at Madison Square Garden. We're getting Phil, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in a steel cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Roman's going to interfere in this, right?
You got to figure that Roman's going to show up.
Or going to show up. So I'm guessing the idea is going to be Roman wants match with Seth. Punk's going to want match with Seth. Seth's like, fine, I'll fight you both. Adam Pearce says it's official.
Let me ask you this. Number one, two things. Again, I'm taxing your brain here, man. I'm throwing the questions to you so you don't throw them to me first.
All right.
Where does CM Punk's WrestleMania main event dreams go? Is this gonna be the night one main event? And where does the favor come into play?
They might just keep that favor in their back pocket when they need it. Because if there's a situation as laid out, Punk wants Seth, Roman wants Seth. All right, fine, you both can have Seth. Then he doesn't need to necessarily cash in the favor. I guess it is possible that match could main event night one. I'd be pretty surprised given Jay challenging Gunther. And if it's Rhea, Bianca, Io, it's a possibility that could be in contention for main event of night one, as well as Roman, Seth, Punk. But I kind of feel like it'd be better for Punk's story if he doesn't get it this year. He doesn't get the main event. It's something for him to fight for next year. Urgency, desperation.
Oh man. So, like, given that Triple H is kind of shitty about people asking for the women to main event, I don't think that's going to happen. Let me ask you this, because I've kind of half paid attention.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know very specifically Jey Uso has mentioned the main event of WrestleMania?
They did on commentary last night.
Okay. Then that probably will be night one then. Because I'm just trying to think what's hot. Like, what's hot? Obviously, Cena's the hottest thing right now. Clearly, night two, right? But Roman, Seth, and Punk, that was a hot angle last night. CM Punk's promo was off the charts. It was awesome. It was great. Screaming into the camera. Calling people out for being bald, Larson. How dare he?
I know.
But that's a hot feud.
Yeah.
That could easily main event if it wasn't for the dude named main event Jey Uso and the idea of, I don't know how many thousand, 60,000 people, whatever it is, at WrestleMania, all yeeting to end night one. I definitely see that being the case. But if they're going to go with what's the hottest angle right now, it's clearly going to be Seth Roman Punk. I mean, even without Roman around yet and without Heyman around yet, it's the hottest angle. You got Gunther coming out there having a hard time against Alpha Academy, which it's good stuff. I enjoy the Gunther stuff. Not exactly hot, though.
No, I mean, by itself, no, Gunther feuding with Alpha Academy. But once Jay makes his way into the arena, that crowd goes crazy. He's massively over. I don't know. I would lean at this point. I don't know if Triple H's philosophy is similar to Vince, where there's 10 main events for WrestleMania. Every match is a main event, whether it's the last match on the particular night or not. I don't know if that's something that Triple H considers or not.
Oh, wow. Cam Chowda here in Twitch chat says Jay Gunther opening the show to get the crowd hype.
I suppose it's possible, but I'd be really surprised.
Night one opener. Get the main
what they
event
say,
opener.
if you don't go on last, you want to go on first, right?
Is that what they say?
I think so.
Why is that? Get out of there early?
No, I mean, like, that's your first impression of the show, I guess.
Not be stuck in the mire?
Yeah, rather than being in the middle of the show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You start the show, people are excited.
Yeah.
Put on a good match.
Yeah, by the way, people watching this Red Spar, they got a split lip. It's not like...
Did I throw a wayward elbow at you yesterday, and it's just...
It's possible, man. I got also... These days when we ball, I come out of it... This didn't really happen before. I come out of like a lot more bruises. A lot more sore areas. A lot more sore areas.
I feel like we're a lot more physical these days than we used to be. It used to be just kind of like, all right, we'll get in front of you to play defense. All you got past me, fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. These days, I got to muscle my way in there. I got freaking Jack Daddy over here I'm playing against.
I don't want you to score on me. Take it personally.
You take it personally. Yeah, you take it personally. Anyways, we got a couple of sponsors for the show today, Larson. So I think we're going to talk about them right now. This episode of Going in Raw is sponsored by BetterHelp. Larson.
Yeah.
You and I are very fortunate to have strong support systems in our lives, whether it's friends, family, or each other. We both have people we can go to for advice, guidance, and encouragement.
Yes, thankfully, we do have strong support systems, and therapy can also be a source of support for any area in your life. Back in my mid-20s, I was dealing with severe anxiety and needed the guidance of a therapist to help me learn the coping skills I needed to better manage my anxiety so I can get my life back on track. But back in the early 2000s, going to therapy involved getting in the car, having to deal with Los Angeles traffic because I was living in LA at the time, just hoping to make it to my appointment on time. Now that's anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But BetterHelp is completely online, making therapy convenient and affordable. With BetterHelp, you have access to a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. You can easily switch therapists at any time for no extra cost.
So build your support system with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/raw today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/raw. And let's get a word from our sponsor, Hims. Listen, guys, I get it. Losing your hair could be a real bummer. You probably see us getting pretty thin up here for me as well, but I'm here to tell you that just because you may have lost your hair, that doesn't mean you can't find it again. Hims makes treating hair loss simple and convenient, with doctor-trusted options that can regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months.
And it's 100% online too, which means no awkward doctor's visits. Instead, you can get access to a wide range of hair loss treatment options from the comfort of your couch. To get started, all you got to do is answer a few questions, and a medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is shipped directly to you for free. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care.
So start your free online visit today at hims.com/goinginraw. That's HIMS.com/goinginraw for your personalized hair loss treatment options. hims.com/goinginraw.
Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
And let's get a word from our sponsor, Tempo. Steve, we've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
The time, I'm sure it's happened to you, it's happened to me. When time is tight, maybe I'm in a hurry. Fast food seems like the only option at mealtime. But when, you, Steve, here think of fast food, what usually comes to mind?
Well, I used to think that fast food was just a lump of unhealthy, thought-out, greasy meat in patty form. Like the pink stuff, the tube of pink stuff that they used to have. But my idea of fast food changed with Tempo. Tempo offers protein-packed fuel that saves you time without compromising your health goals.
Tempo is a weekly delivery service that provides you with chef-crafted, single-serving meals that are prepared to cook in just 3 minutes, and they're delivered fresh right to your door.
Tempo's meals take all that guesswork out of eating well, and they've got new recipes each week, like farmer's market chicken and honey-glazed pork chops that are made with real nutrient-rich ingredients, which makes it easy to keep up with your healthy lifestyle.
For a limited time, Tempo is offering Going in Raw listeners 60% off your first box. Go to tempomeals.com/raw. That's tempomeals.com/raw for 60% off your first box. tempomeals.com/raw. Rules and restrictions may apply.
We have a member who's been a member now for 25 months. They re-upped. Odd Breakfast says, was it possible this story was supposed to start earlier, but the Rhea Liv thing was pushed back because of injury?
Possible.
I think that's a possibility. It's kind of difficult to tell.
Yeah.
Damon Jackson Jr. with the Super Chat says, I'm late to the show, but where is Asuka? What does she do when she returns? She's done everything, maybe an Intercontinental U.S. title run or an EO feud. So she was injured for the longest time.
And I saw something today. Let me find it. It was said that she will probably not be back before WrestleMania.
I feel like she'll probably be back before like the summertime. But until we know for sure, that's the situation with that.
Yes.
Let's see here. We also have another member for 16 months. CUNE says, Jay and Gunther can't main event. Do we start calling him Undercard Jay Uso if they can't main event? I think you know what he could do is just be like, you know what? It doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm always the main event.
Yeah.
And then idiots like you and I will be like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Those bodyslam.net they report that Asuka is going to be out through WrestleMania. So.
Attribution. Very good. Very good.
There we go.
Good. All right, let's go ahead and dive into it, man. Like we mentioned, like we've been talking about, Io Sky won the women's title. So there was a cool little hype video. This is kind of similar to what we've seen before, where Io mentions that she knows Rhea better than herself when they cross paths in NXT, et cetera, et cetera. Kathy was backstage with Bianca in advance of the main event. Asked about the Jade and Naomi situation, and Bianca kind of pushed on it. She says, I don't want to talk about it until I talk to both of them, which we all know doesn't happen unless it's wrestling showtime.
Exactly. Has to happen on camera. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. Apparently can't happen.
Right. They do not have text messaging in kayfabe outside of the arena.
No one has a cell phone that actually makes calls.
Yeah. She said they're always just walking around. I got no bars. She said, it's bittersweet. I feel guilty. As sad as I am about what happened, I'm proud of what I accomplished, and now I focus on WrestleMania. She praises both Rhea and Io and says, they'll remember why you can't spell WrestleMania without est. Without EST.
EST.
Yeah.
Then our main event, Rhea defending against Io. Great match.
Boy, oh boy, this is a good one.
So down towards the finish, Io hits a moonsault and covers. Rhea gets her foot on the bottom rope to break up the pin. She rolls out of the ring. Io charges Rhea, hits a crossbody, but then Rhea catches Io and then drops her on the apron, then on the announce table. So, uh, ref starts the 10 count. Rhea gets in, and Bianca's, cheering on Io to get into the ring. Io just barely makes it. So then she stares over at Bianca and starts yelling at her. Oh, you're scared to face me at WrestleMania? Is that what it is? You want Io to win. So then they start shoving. Ref Jessica Carr comes down to break it up. Ref's discretion, because she says title match, don't want it to end this way.
And I love that they had the cameras all mic'd up so you can hear what's going on.
Yes.
Made actual sense. It's fine.
It did. So they're still arguing while Rhea's looking for a riptide off the second rope. Looks over at Bianca, says, I'll see you at WrestleMania. She's looking for the riptide. Io counters with the Rana, follows with the moonsault to get the win.
Yeah, this was pretty shocking. Yeah, just really, really awesome match, and really cool outcome here.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Really good stuff.
So as we mentioned before, Seth versus Punk is going down in a steel cage. Madison Square Garden next week should be a huge Raw. So Punk comes down, he opens the show, and boy, oh boy, he's got a lot on his mind. It's like Festivus. He says, let's start.
Grievances, that's right.
Yep. He says, let's start this show off with a bang. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm about to get canceled off Netflix. He says, consider this a State of the Union. He says, we're in the middle of the road to WrestleMania. Allow me to address my enemy since my name is CM Punk. That means everyone. Putting everybody on notice. He says, who's first? Give me a name. Somebody give me a name. So Pat McAfee offers up The Rock. He says, oh, the final boss? Listen up, Dwayne. And he gets right in the camera. He says, listen up, Dwayne, you bald fraud. You think because you're on the board, you're immune from criticism? You don't know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with the best in the world, middle-aged and crazy, walked in here, marched through hell to receive opportunities. You, Mr. Midlife Crisis, walk in and hide behind. You think you're bigger than everyone else here. He says, I want to say this to your face, but you haven't graced us with your presence to do your bullshit. They didn't believe that either.
Yep.
He says, hit your arm, pretend you care about this business that gives you goosebumps. I've never been so delusional to wear a fake title and call myself people's champion because I don't deserve it. I earn it. Record scratch. Larson, I have the real world's championship back there.
He did
because he totally did do that.
A fake title, but it wasn't a title that said people's champion. I think that was the point he was trying to make.
He continues, I've never been so desperate to sell my soul. Speaking of selling souls, that brings me to you, John Cena. You can't see me. We can all see through you. You stole something from me in the chamber. After 20 years, I gave you the benefit of the doubt because you didn't qualify. I thought what you did in the past secured your future. Won't fool me twice. Can't fool me again. Hustle, loyalty, and respect for 20 years. Now they've seen what I've known all along. You selling all these people that bullshit. I never gave up in the chamber. I'll never give up on my dreams of WrestleMania. But Mr. Don't Give Up, you gave up on your dreams. You gave up on all these people, all those kids. I'll see you down the road and get my hands on both you bald frauds, and you'll make a wish I never did. He was on fire, man.
He really was.
He was on fire. He says, now the man of the hour, my little brother, Seth Rollins. Becky, come get your man, because if I do before you do, I'll put him in a wheelchair. That brings down Seth Rollins. And giant brawl breaks out and seemingly never ends.
Yeah.
Eventually, Pierce just says, all right. So Rollins says, this was the easiest job. Rollins and Pierce are arguing backstage. Rollins says, this was the easiest job of your life. He screwed himself at the Rumble. I made sure he didn't make it to WrestleMania. And if you don't do something about it, I'm going to do to him what I did to Roman. This is not a difficult thing, him or me. So Pierce says, finish it. Madison Square Garden. Rollins Punk inside a steel cage and finish it. Get on your bus, and I don't want to see your face again. Hot angle, man.
It is. It was well done. Really well done. Let's talk Gunther and main event Jey Uso. So Gunther has a match against Otis. So Otis is in the ring. Gunther's music hits. He makes his way with the mic. He says, before I embarrass you, let me explain some things. I know you're strong as an ox, and some call you a freak of nature, but to me, you're just a freak. To me, you belong with Jey Uso, a people pleaser who makes a clown out of themselves to entertain a degenerate audience and doesn't belong in my sacred ring. You think they cheer you because they like you? No, they pity you. Let's be honest. Have you looked in the mirror? I have. I was wearing the World Heavyweight Championship around as a belt. Well, you can't find a belt that fits you. The sad thing is, you could be great He had some self-respect. But I'll teach you a little bit about that right now, just like Jey Uso in WrestleMania. He gets the ring. He boots Otis in the face. This is a fairly competitive match for a spell. In the end, sorry, Otis hits a world's strongest slam, Caterpillar. Gunther kicks out. Otis looking for a Vader bomb. Gunther evades. Hits drop kick. Looks for a power bomb. Otis escapes that. Gunther hits a couple lariats, a boot, another lariat, a power bomb to get the win. So then afterwards, Gunther locks a sleeper on Otis. Tozawa runs out to make the save. They both get wrecked. Jay's music hits. So Jay runs in. Gunther meets him. And Jay hits him with a spear. Gunther rolls out of the ring. Jay poses in the corner. Then A-Town Down Under come to the ring and sneak attack Jay. Waller nearly takes out Theory, looking to hit Jay, but Jay evades that. And so he takes them both out. And then Gunther comes back, locks a sleeper on Jay, and he passes out.
I'm going to throw another question at you.
You have the question? Sure.
You like how this is being built?
You know, it's the thing where, you know, Gunther promised all sorts of violence.
Right.
And, I don't know. Part of me feels like it'd be cool if it was just Gunther just wrecking Jay left and right, like on site. Like his whole point don't get sidetracked with Alpha Academy. You have one focus. That's Jey Uso on site.
He's not...
Punish him for picking you.
Right. He's not really setting an example for Jay. He's not saying, oh, this is going to happen to you, because Jay, within the context of the story, is much more powered up. Yeah, you're not proving anything by beating up on these kind of jokes, because that's how they're booked. They're not booked as serious competitors. And yet, against Gunther, they're kind of coming off as serious competitors, which kind of makes his point even worse.
Yeah.
He's taking him lightly because they're supposed to be taken lightly, but when he does that, they can fight back and have hope spots and whatnot. The crowd starts popping for Otis doing, hump moves, which I love that stuff. Don't get me wrong. Hump moves are hilarious.
They are.
Within the context of the story, though, I kind of feel like it should just be Gunther wrecking Jey Uso in a way that's like disturbing, like people should be unsettled. Like, oh my God, it should be like, this won't even make sense if Jey Uso has a chance at Gunther, because Gunther is just killing him so much.
Yeah, I mean, that should be part of it. Like, and every time that Jay seemingly has, like, say we have a through line for an episode of Raw where Gunther's backstage looking for Jay. Jay gets the jump on him, seemingly has the upper hand. Security comes in, separates them. And maybe Jay's like, all right, I got him today. I'm heading out the door. He opens the door. Bang, Gunther's there.
Right, yeah.
Whoop-ha, chop.
Yeah.
Like every time Jay seems like he could get the advantage on Gunther, Gunther's there like a Terminator, wrecking him.
This needs to be a bit more like, I don't know, I'm just sort of picking this out of thin air, like Hangman Swerve. I'm not saying anybody needs to go to anybody's, child and start, taunting him or whatever. But like, have him take it personal, like between the two of them. Go outside the arena, do other things where Jey Uso feels like he's not safe anywhere he goes.
Yeah.
This should be a waking nightmare for him.
Yeah.
And instead, it's just,
I know. So later on, Jay has a interview, he walks up to Alpha Academy. He tells Otis, I got your back. So then Kathy walks up, asks him about what happened earlier. And he says, yeah, what happened earlier threw me off a bit. What I'm going through, the wrong time to play with my mind. All I hear is he can't do it every week. You got me doubting myself. Look, back against the wall, I can't breathe, but nobody going to pick me up but me. Gunther, you're going to give me 10 weeks of hell. I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil. I tell you, Oos, at WrestleMania, I'm crashing out. You put me to sleep tonight, but you just woke up a damn beast. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Gorilla Mon here.
If you take the same idea, but he's kind of like fraying at the seams a bit more. But through it all, he's like, God, I don't know if I can't do this. I have to do this, though. I have to do this. Bring it on. Give me this 10 weeks of hell. Because at the end, people say I can't do this, especially what's going on. Now I have to prove everybody wrong.
Instead, he's just giving Alpha Academy 10 weeks of hell. Gorilla Mon here in the Twitch chat says Gunther should kidnap Jimmy. That's silly. And in fact, he's got a laughing face afterwards.
Yeah.
But Jimmy's like literally the closest thing to Jay. And right now, you can kind of, I know I'm going to get flack for this. You can kind of sacrifice Jimmy. Imagine if they brought Jimmy into this. Like, dude, you've already lost to this guy. And take it from me, you're not going to be able to do this again. Why did you choose him? You're just going to get wrecked. And then Gunther uses Jimmy as the example.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, for example, the promo last night where Jay's like, you can do what you can do to me. I'm still going to make it to WrestleMania, and I'm going to face you, and I'm going to win. And then Gunther goes to SmackDown and just annihilates Jimmy.
He says, this is what it's going to look like. Literally, because they're, twins or whatever.
Yeah.
Are they twins? Was it ever established? Are they twins?
Yeah, they're twins.
They're twins, right? Okay.
Yeah, they're twins.
I remember the New Day podcast. I forget where they landed on
They
that.
were.
They're not identical, though. They're fraternal.
No, they're
right?
not identical. No.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think that would be that because then it's personal, and then Jay can like sort of step back and be like, oh shit, like I know my brother like nobody else does. He took me to the limit last year in that shit match, but like he got wrecked by Gunther. And I didn't beat him at that last. They should be introducing that too. You already tried to do that at the premium.
Hold up,
event.
Steve.
What?
Sorry, I'm gonna change subjects. Cody just sent me the form for Dynasty. Did you know that AJ has a match at Dynasty?
I did know that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Against, I think, John Morrison, right?
Well, it's AJ, Orange Cassidy, and Mark Briscoe against Johnny TV and
and Maximil Models.
Yeah.
MXM.
I
did. I heard about that. Yeah. Isn't that great?
Wow, we might get AJ in Sacramento tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
It's the Go Home show.
It's the Go Home.
Be a boom.
Oh, man. It's going to be a huge boom. Wow. What if they crash our meet and greet?
Hey, that'd be cool.
If anybody is in the Sacramento area and they're going to Dynamite, at some point...
Oh, sorry, Cody. Yes, it is Revolution, not Dynasty. My bad.
Ah, hell. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, that's...
It's the same show. I just called it. They have the match on the show.
So it's still good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's the one coming up next week. Okay.
Sunday, yes.
Tomorrow night is the Go Home Dynamite, and they're taping Collision right afterwards.
Correct.
At some point, hopefully, it's going to end, and we
10,
are going to.
Who knows?
I even made up a graphic of this, so you guys, there's like a picture of the Memorial Auditorium. So here's the thing: even if you don't go to the thing, if you know what time Collision ends, here's the graphic right here. And if you're looking at the Memorial Auditorium,
the front of it,
the front area of it,
yeah,
to the right of
J
it,
Street.
if you're on J Street and you're looking at the Memorial, then go to your right. If you're coming out of the Memorial, go to your left. I know that sounds weird.
That's how directions work, though.
And there's I think if there's still a flagpole there, that's where we're going to post up for our Friendo meetup. If anybody wants to take a picture or just say, hey, give us a fist bump, say, hey, Stephen Larson. Whatever you want to do, we're going to be right there so you can do it. So the front area is where we're going to be.
Yeah.
Of the Memorial Auditorium.
Yeah.
Flagpole. So come say hi.
Yeah.
Or don't. I don't care. But we're going to be there.
If you want to stand at a distance and just look at what's going on, maybe wave, that's fine too.
If you want to stand far away and take a stalker picture of us, where you have to zoom in and be like, oh, look, that's Stephen Larson right there. You could do that too.
Sure.
We'll be right there.
We will.
So there you go. And hopefully with us, no promises, Big Boom AJ. He's going to bring the boom.
Oh, you're going to pop so huge if AJ rolls up.
I am going to be screaming. It's going to be like a Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
Ah! I'm going to split my lip again. Golly, I need some.
What is going on with that?
I don't know, man. I drink
Change in weather, drying out your skin. That could be.
Went to the gym this morning. It was hot.
You are dehydrated.
It was hot out there. Then I go outside and it's cold. So maybe that had something to do with it.
Could be. Changes in temperature. That could do it too. Let's talk about Judgment Day. They're a mess.
What a disaster this is.
This is an absolute disaster. So we're in the clubhouse.
New member's going to be.
Probably going to be Alistair. So Liv and Raquel are in the clubhouse with their tag titles. They're talking to each other. Finn, he's pouting on the couch. So Liv says, "Are you all right?" And he says, "Me? Yeah, I'm fine. Just happy for you, new champs, even though you lost to Chamber." Dom and Carlito got embarrassed last week, and Dom's like, "No, you had a chair in your hands last week and still backed down from Braun. We would have been fine if we had had a new member." Finn says, "No, we don't need to play the blame game. I could deal with Braun Breaker tonight." So later on, it's like right at a commercial break, it's mid-sentence from Finn. He's talking to Braun. Finn's in the ring, Braun's in the crowd. And Finn says, "The only reason you're still the Intercontinental Champion is because Judgment Day have allowed you to remain champion." Braun says, "The reason I'm champion is because I'm a dog."
Ooh.
Last I checked, I embarrassed all of Judgment Day. And Finn says, "Embarrassed Judgment Day, huh?" I'm Finn Balor.
Nobody embarrasses Judgment Day except for me.
Exactly. I chew up rookies like you for breakfast. In this ring, I'm untouchable. I could take that title off you anytime. Clearly, you're a little smarter than you look up there hiding behind Jackie, because you know when you step in the ring, there will be no dogs barking, but you're going to be watching me put you down.
Put you down like a dog.
So Braun's like, "Bet." Walks down through the crowd, gets in the ring, or heads towards the ring, hops the barricade. Carlito tries to attack him. Braun dispatches of him. Dom gets suplexed across the floor. Finn's able to hit a sling blade, takes out Braun. Braun gets up and just clocks him, and then presses Finn with a power slam. He's looking for a spear, but then Dom pulls Finn out of the ring. And then Braun notices Carlito and does the running around the ring spear on him.
So I know there's been a lot of talk about like a multi-man Intercontinental Championship thing, but like, I mean, the next pay-per-view is WrestleMania. Unless they're going to do Braun. I mean, are they going to do Braun versus Finn at Madison Square Garden? They didn't announce that or anything.
No, they didn't announce that. I suppose it's possible. I mean, they could do, whether it be a ladder match, gauntlet match. Hey, a gauntlet match would be fun.
Yeah, but nobody else is getting involved in this thing.
Well, I mean, at times AJ's been involved. Dom was involved. He had a match against Braun already. Finn. I'm sure you could come up with a couple extra names in the next 6 weeks.
I mean, if you were to shove, because what is it, AJ and Logan Paul next week at Madison Square Garden?
Well, the match isn't happening. AJ's calling out Logan Paul next week.
Oh, okay. So that might be at WrestleMania.
Could be. Maybe they're doing Finn and Braun at Mania.
Speaking of which, AJ Styles. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Finn Balor versus Braun Breaker. Finn Balor gets that win, man. He gets that Intercontinental Championship, right?
No.
Right? Come on, Larson, right?
No.
Yeah.
You listen to Finn, you eat the pin.
Yeah. Be careful with my lip here.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't.
I can't open my mouth too
A little
big.
lip movement is possible for the rest of the show.
Okay. Oh, man.
Like you're a ventriloquist.
AJ Styles calls out Logan Paul. Kathy with AJ backstage. She asks about Cody and Cena and asks about the Chamber. Ventriloquists are so impressive.
Yeah.
When I saw Harley Cameron doing that shit, I was like, oh my God. That's crazy. But good ventriloquists, oh my gosh. It's insane what they can do.
I know. It's pretty nuts.
Anyways, so yeah, she asks about AJ, and AJ just looks like a fan. He's like, wow, that was crazy. I did not see that coming. John Cena selling out. Who'd have thought? And then Karrius Kross runs up behind him and just hugs him. And he says, well, it's not so surprising if you think about it. And AJ like throws him off and Kross says, you know how frustrating it is for a new generation to not give you the respect you deserve. And then AJ cuts him off. So enough of this song and dance routine. I'm not John Cena. I think the WWE Universe needs a reminder of who AJ Styles is. Next week, MSG, New York, Trampoline. I call out Logan Paul. As for you, devil on my shoulder, God knows my evil ways. Kross says, all too easy.
Man, Karrius Kross's hair looked luxurious.
He pressed it. He did the, what do you call that thing?
The flat iron?
Flat iron. He flat ironed it.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
It looked silky smooth.
It looked great.
So apparently Chad Gable may have found the secrets of Lucha Libre. So we get this video of him. He's in, I'd assume, Mexico.
Seems like it.
And he's got his piece of paper, and he's going around asking people, do you know where this person is? And so eventually he finds where there's someone, we don't see who they are. And he asked this person, "Are you my guy? Are you the guy? Are you my
Hey, my
guy?"
guy, is he looking for heavy metal?
And so this dude says, "You can't defeat what you don't understand. You must become Lucha." And then Gable's like, "What do I got to do?" And so this dude produces a box. And so Gable's like, "All right, give it to me." And dude's like, "Money." So Gable gives him some. Dude says, "Money, more money,
This was
money."
Gable did this the exact wrong way, by the way. You don't produce a giant stack of hundos and like be here's one. And because of course he's like, I see your stack. You have much more to give and you need this information.
Yes.
He should have
Yeah.
just been like, that's all I got, man. Got a
Yeah. You
single
just, you
hundo.
just, you just, you keep the stack of money in your pocket and just
Right.
kind of dig through your pocket and pull out one. Be like, there you go.
Or at the very least, if you have a wallet, where's my wallet?
Yeah. Yeah. You just keep the money in the wallet so they can't see the stack.
And yeah, exactly. You tilt it your way. Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, eventually, the dude satisfied with the payout gives Gable the box. He opens it, but before we see what's inside, the video cuts off. So, is Chad Gable going to get his own lucha mask?
Ideally, like you have to have your lucha mask in order to gain entry to the dark arts of lucha libre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. He'd look probably like $1 million in it. This thing was really well filmed too.
It really was. It really was. It really was. Next
up, we had also Lyra Val defending her defending her Intercontinental Championship against Ivy Nile. Man, Triple H really pays attention, man. People are bitching. I'm like, she hasn't defended the title. I was like, fine, she'll do it every week then. Okay, cool. Good job, because she's really good. And Ivy Nile, man, this match was a lot of fun, dude. This was really cool.
Fun.
Yeah. Of course, Lyra got the win with a neck breaker and then a Nightwing. But Ivy was working over that leg pretty fierce.
Yeah.
That was basically the story of the match. Another really good match involving American Made was for the tag titles, War Raiders versus American Made. Tons of fun. Crowd was really into it because these guys really put it all out there, man.
Yeah. Yep. War Raiders retained here. Julius hits the shooting star press, gets a 2. Ivar hits a boot. Eric tags in. Julius does that cartwheel slam thing he does. Looking for a Brutus ball. Eric escapes. Julius sent to the floor. And then War Raiders hit War Machine to get the win.
That's right.
So LWO challenged New Day to a tornado tag match at Madison Square Garden. The graphic for that was pretty neat because they had like a digital tornado going through it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was neat.
So Wild says, "Bravo, New Day. Last week you stomped on our pride and bruised our bodies." And then Del Toro says, "But you can't take our heart. You can't take our spirit. Dragon Lee's next. You can't take our fire. New Day tries to put my brothers down, but they didn't get the job done. Here we are, stronger than ever." Then Ray's back. Says, "You should have finished what you started, but you got too cocky. You went on a little vacation. Enjoy it. Xavier, Kofi. Dragon and I next week are giving you the worst Monday of your life. We're facing you to a tornado tag match. No tags, no disqualifications. Just 4 of us throwing down. Let me just say how proud I am of my group, how proud I am of my Latinos, and how proud I am to say this in my language." He says New Day sucks in Spanish.
This is cool and everything, and it was filmed really nicely.
It really
and
was.
they all looked amazing, but I was just thinking they all sound like dorks, and they should be bad guys. It looks like a really cool collection of bad dudes.
Yeah.
Rudos, right?
Yeah.
But then when they open their mouths, they just sound like dorks. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. And then they're going to lose everything they do, except for maybe Ray. But like everything
since
else.
Ray's in the match, with a chance they could win the tornado tag match, maybe.
Man, make them bad guys. They look so fucking cool, especially when they film like this. And Dragon Lee has that cool jacket on, and Rey Mysterio looks like $1 million. He always looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
But they all look so neat.
Yeah. I don't know if Ray's ever going to turn heel.
You should. Should.
Dog's
Just be cooler even. Like you can be a good guy, just be cooler.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree.
Tornado tag matches are great anyways.
Oh,
this
great.
is going to be an awesome match.
Yeah, it is going to be tons of fun. Tons of fun. And then finally, we had Ludwig Kaiser. He comes to the ring. He demands all our gratitude. He says, last week I took back what was originally mine. I took back the attention Penta has had the past few weeks, the attention I've deserved for a long time. Boo all you want, but be honest. Ludwig Kaiser is everything he says he is. I'm a future world champion, whether you like it or not. Penta, if you really think we have unfinished business, do you want to reconsider? What John Cena did to Cody is nothing compared to what I will do to you. They call you the man who doesn't know fear, but when I'm done, you'll know exactly what it feels like. So Penta makes his entrance. They start fighting. Penta takes out Kaiser, although Kaiser escaped the Penta driver, eventually Sling Blade, and then a tope. And Penta
Is
did
your
it all
dog
in
going
like,
crazy back there?
yeah, my dog's barking. Penta did it all in jeans and a denim jacket.
A really cool custom red denim jacket.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah, no, he looked great, man. He looked awesome.
That was Raw.
That's your Raw. We have a super chat here from Derek M., who says, what are the chances that by the end of this Cena heel run, we see Cody have a character transformation akin to 95, 96 Sting?
Crow Stardust, Derek says.
And he says, Crow Stardust. Much as I'd like to see that. I think, okay, I guess here, okay, let's counter with this.
Sure.
I'll take your Crow Sting and I'll raise you dark hair Cody.
What about Joker Cody?
Let's get none of that.
What about if Cody comes in, John Cena's sitting there and says, 100 John Cenas.
I want it all, Rock. Including 100 John Cenas.
100 John Cenas.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Anyways, would you like to answer some questions?
I like my dog to start.
I got some questions for your dog over there,
man. I
man.
don't know why she's barking so.
Get out, perro.
Must have been maybe someone came to the door. She doesn't like it. People come to the door of our house.
No, but I don't like when people go to the door either. But I don't yell at them. I just act like I'm not here.
Yeah.
But that's what dogs do. I get it.
That's what they bark. Yeah.
You know, it is. I miss her to death. I really do. But this house is a lot quieter without my bug around.
But yeah, my dog barks really outsized compared to her actual size. She's not a large dog.
Ah, hell. Did I really not?
What did you not do?
Please tell me there's a Patreon question.
There is. There's a Patreon question thread. I'm looking at it right now.
Ah,
yep,
hell.
That's today date. No.
Apologies to the YouTubers then, because I forgot. You know what? I started to get it up, but like I had just put up the link to the live show, to this show, and I like to link the question thread when I do that, and it wasn't showing up, and so I was like, I'll try it again in 5 minutes, and of course I didn't try it again like an idiot. So to the YouTube channel members, my apologies for not putting up the question thread. But if y'all want to ask some questions in YouTube, go ahead and do it.
Yes. The Doomsta here says, I got to ask, after Saturday, what food are you going to have to spit take during big reaction moments now that spaghetti was a no-go for you?
Yeah, spaghetti didn't quite work. You know, it's like we need to know big moments are coming up. Last year, I think when Cody won, I was chewing on some steak, if I remember correctly.
Oh, you got to run the risk of
choking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know. Yogurt's safe.
Oh, that just like kind of like fall out of your mouth.
If you do like a spit take, you know.
Oh, that's disgusting. Yogurt?
It is disgusting. I'm just saying it's not going to dribble out of my mouth.
I always have a mouthful of chips.
This
chip particles flying everywhere.
That's disgusting. Not chips. Chips are great.
Yeah, chips are great.
But to get bits everywhere, that's no good.
Man, let's get the vacuum out. I'd rather could get chip bits everywhere than a bunch of yogurt.
Cody Miles here.
If you miss something, it's going to start smelling.
Cody Miles has a question here on the Twitch. It says, what are the odds the Cody Cena match becomes a 5-way? Punk gets his favor and is added. Seth comes after him, and then Roman wants his title back.
Wow.
Would that main event night one?
Yes, Jay Gunther main events night 2 in that instance.
There you go. Benjamin Willett says, not a question, just an opinion. They should have given Bianca a headset. She's a great promo. Would have loved to hear her commentary in the main event. Did you see the footage of her in the chamber? Like they did.
They did do something. Like
they did isolated video of just her and her reaction. Oscar performance.
Oh yeah,
it was so good. She was like, "Yeah, get her." Like it just turns to dread. It was really, really good. I agree with Benjamin here. I think that they should have given her a headset. Her reaction after EO1 was hilarious too. She was like, "What?"
Yeah.
No remorse.
Nope. Luis here says, what would be the most ridiculous thing in Gable's box?
From Blue Velvet, an ear.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even know how to take this. What's the message here? Maggie, I'll send you the link to it.
Think. Ridiculous, huh? Yeah, I don't know.
Cinnamon Suplex says, think Cena will try out a new finisher. I think he's probably going to focus on the STFU.
Yeah. Because he had the way he put it on Punk at Chamber was a little different, you know.
I think he's going to try to be like a bit more vicious with that. Yeah.
Punk Title Hunter says The Rock's takeover grows with talk circling of Cody being injured. Will we revisit the final boss title match from last year's Mania? So I think according to the folks at Wrestling Observer, they thought that Cody might have suffered a ruptured eardrum, maybe from the shot from Travis Scott.
Yeah, man. You gotta work those punches, brother.
Yep.
Gotta work those things. I was with how like bruised his face looked. I was worried about like a broken orbital or something like that. You know?
Yeah, I figured those were from the title shots because you heard the
Dunk.
thwack.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ryan Luckman says, not a wrestling question, more of a wrestling YouTube question. What software do you guys use to make your thumbnails? Photoshop. I know a lot of people complain about Adobe with good reason, but it's what I know. It's what I can do. So I use Photoshop pretty much exclusively. So, yeah.
Yeah. Smurf Galloway, Stephen M. says, first off, I want to say you both should always do impressions. We love them. Secondly, if you had to be the Rock's
Goon Squad.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, add to the Rock's Goon Squad. Who would you add? Been listening but not commenting. Going to be more on the ball. New Day. I think New Day with Rock and Cena would be great.
That'd be a good one. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Andre Zimpel here says, it wasn't for Cena's turn. Would EO beating Rhea have been the most shocking thing to happen the year so far? It's pretty darn surprising.
That was pretty surprising. Although, given that Triple H is in charge, it's not like... It wasn't... Yeah, I mean, I was shocked, but I wasn't like... That doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, it's Triple H. He loves those triple threats. He likes going from like the Rumble or I guess now Chamber to Mania with like some big twist. To, let's make it a triple threat now. And obviously he loves the Io Sky. So
yeah,
I think it's awesome. Let's see here. Toby Whittle says, are there going to be too many multi-person matches at Mania or the more the merrier? As long as the story warrants it, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Nate Cruz says, what's Gable's luchador name?
What's the closest thing in Espanol to Chad? Clickety clack. Oh, Maggie says, I don't know, Carlos. Carlos Gable. Hola. El Gable.
What is like something Olympic?
El Hijo de Gable. That's stupid. That's who said that. Champ said that. That's so stupid.
Maybe something like Olympian. Olympico?
Olympico.
I mean, that's what it is. I looked it up with the translation.
Olympico.
Oh, Olympico. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, man. Let's see here. Gold Ducat. Yeah. You will always get me to read a question if you're named after an obscure Star Trek character. Gold Ducat. Who's going to join Rock and Cena in the Bald World Order?
Oh, New Day. Well, I guess not New Day because
who's
they
bald?
have hair.
Who's bald? Or balding? Bring back Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I? Oh, Tommaso Ciampa.
Champ says Otis.
Yeah, Otis is
super thin up there
a little bit. Yeah.
For that matter, Gable. Gable his hair ain't what it used to be.
No.
Oh, this is a good question. Ocean Osborne says, who else should meet somebody in a back alley to get over challenges, to get over their challenges like Gable did?
Sami Zayn.
He seems like a back alley guy. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
It's like he meets somebody to be like, all right, I need to focus on myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do I do that?
Combat Ben says, what do you think Judgment Day will be doing at WrestleMania? Finn Balor is going to be winning the Intercontinental Championship.
No chance in hell.
The Intercontinental Championship. Yeah.
I wonder if they'll do Liv and Raquel versus Alexa and maybe Nikki Cross for the tag titles.
That'd be cool. I hope so. That'd be neat.
I kind of answered this yesterday about Cena getting a new heel theme. Yes, new presentation entirely.
Martin Coven asked that one.
Butters here says, it's my birthday and was hoping to get a birthday shout out from Gunther.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So who's this? Butters. Butters, look at you. You're a freak. You're not a real. You're just named after with Butters. Multiple sticks of butter. It's no good. Happy birthday to you.
Well, I think it's Butters from South Park. That's the avatar here.
What is that? Entertainment trash. You are street trash. He called Damian Priest street trash.
You did. You were just street trash. Berto says, new patron here. Howdy. With Rhea's post-Raw interview showing her basically break down and calling herself stupid over and over again, do you guys think WWE is going to try to give us full heel Rhea? And how does she get herself inserted or asserted into the triple threat?
So
we kind of talked about the second part, but I guess in terms of a character, where are they going to take Rhea?
I think if they're not going to have Bianca's streak end anytime soon, I think it'd probably be smart by next year to have Rhea be bad guy to Bianca's good guy. The problem is when Bianca's a bad guy, she does really, really cool shit. So people start to come back around. But if she's acting like an asshole, then it's kind of okay for her to lose, I think, at WrestleMania against Bianca.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Alex Foster here says, what other wrestlers from NXT should split their time between main roster? Alex Foster says, no quarter catch crew. Heck yes.
That'd be cool, man. I like everybody in that group. I really do.
Same.
I think they're really good.
Creamy Beef Tip says, what's your take on the idea that Rock held up 3 fingers for the number of victims, Cody for rejecting his offer, Roman for destroying and fragmenting his family, and Triple H for challenging his authority? No, I think the 3 fingers was just the John Cena thing.
It's John Cena thing.
At least. Now it is. Whatever it was at the time, I don't know. But now that they're like, no, it's obviously
I mean,
John
it seems
Cena's.
pretty obvious. Like, I don't know. I don't know how else that could be interpreted.
Yeah. Jim Wakefield says, even without knowing the full Mania card, is it a safe bet that Io Bianca Rhea triple threat is probably going to be match of the weekend? Oh, it's going to be spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ryan here says, predict the finish to Cena Cody at Mania. How many AAs or Super AAs do we get, and how many Crossroads? That sounds like a prop bet.
It does. It does. Oh boy. I think he'll get 4 Crossroads. He'll hit 1 early. And then he'll do the 3, but then like the ref will get pulled out by The Rock or something like that.
Yeah, ref bump, something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Justin Sider says, what are your percentage odds of there being a women's main event at any main roster PLE this year?
Dude, I don't know. What's the percentage odds? I don't know. 30%.
Yeah, that's what Maggie just said too.
Because here's the thing. We don't know necessarily where a lot of the shows are going to be. Like, man, if somehow, some way, if Io makes it out of WrestleMania as champion, which I don't think is going to happen, or if she regains the title at some point and they head to Japan, I could see that happening because they sometimes do that shit, you know?
I think they announced there's going to be another show in Australia this year.
Okay.
So,
then I think it's probably, then that's probably a sure bet right there. So at least there's one. Anyways, all right. So that's going to do it. Oh, we got one more from I'm Just Trying to Do Something. Says, does The Rock really need another person, or should it be another power trip featuring Travis Scott? No, I don't think they need anybody else.
I don't think so either.
I think, more people would be cool, but I don't think they need it. And I don't think they're going to do that.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think this would be like a full-fledged faction, but hey, could be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks everybody for tuning in tomorrow. Of course, we've got our hot takes episode on Thursday. We've got our NXT AEW, our live being there live report on it. Are you going to watch AEW Dynamite on TV after we've been to the show live?
Probably not. Why would I? Already saw it.
That's a good point. Same with me. So that's going to do it for the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. So next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.